Okay, it's Toby from Heavyweight MMA. Today with MMA fighter George Mangos, Hex Lightweight Champ. How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Good. Finally, straight out of Padstow, Sydney, or Padstow, Sydney, I should say.
Yeah, that's it. That's where I grew up. Yeah, not much going on there, to be honest.
Yeah, I actually I lived in Bankstown for a little while, like maybe 6 months or so, not too far away. Trained a little bit in the Bankstown PCYC there. How's the MMA scene around there?
Yeah, it's good. It's growing. I think there's an MMA gym in Bankstown now too. There's one in Padstow where I originally started, and yeah, now in Kingsgrove. Not too far from those areas, about 15 minutes away where I'm at Lionsden Academy.
Man, so you're at Padstow's in New South Wales, Sydney, Australia, but you started waging war against another New South Wales team, the old Freestyle MMA team. You've just taken out their champ, pretty much, Justin Van Heerden, and now you're looking at taking on Jarret Wilbraham next.
Yeah, that's it. So I got to go 2 for 2 against them, hopefully. Or yeah, seems like a bit of gonna go back and forth with freestyle, but yeah, nothing but respect for those guys. It's just how it ended up playing out. Done some sparring with them back in the day when I was first starting out as an amateur, but yeah, no bad blood there. But it's just the game. It's how it is when we both climb. Our gyms are both working our way up the rankings, so it's inevitable we're gonna start meeting eventually.
So I didn't know that. So you actually trained with them a bit before at their gym or somewhere else?
Yeah, down at Freestyle. I hadn't been since I think the last time I went, I was maybe like 2-0 as an amateur or 3-0, somewhere early stages like that. And we have Michael Stanoff as well going down there a couple of times, help out Volk for his camps. So
Yep.
yeah, there's a bit of history there with working with each other, but hasn't been for a while.
Yeah, man. No, they're good guys. I've trained down there a little bit with Colby Thickness before, and they're all super nice. Like Jarret and Justin, both super good guys, man. So, yeah, they've given me a lot of time already, and they're good guys now. Now meeting you, bro, it's going to be interesting to see how the fight goes, man. So, what are you expecting from the next one against Jarret?
Yeah, Jarret's good. He's got a high fight IQ. He's a bit wild. He throws some like dangerous shots. You can't get caught by him. He's got some power. Yeah, I'm expecting it's going to be a great fight. To be honest, I'm looking forward to it. Putting lots of work in, preparing for it. Yeah, it's going to be another one of those nights. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Going to bring my A game. Sorry, because yeah, you can't switch off against someone like Jarret. If you give him any opportunities, he'll capitalize.
Yeah, man, it's kind of interesting. Like the two of them, if you saw them fight, you wouldn't probably pick them as from the same gym because they've both got completely different sort of styles, right? Of course, there's some similarities between everyone fighting, but those two are quite polar opposites in some ways, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, well, obviously for the last camp, we were preparing for like a heavy wrestler, grappler, someone who's just looking to like sort of grind me out and look for a finish that way and maybe a decision victory. Whereas Jarret seems a bit more explosive and more on the feet. So yeah, you're right, completely two different styles of fighting. But yeah, I'll be prepared for both.
Yeah, I feel like too when you fight with Jarret, it depends on what Jarret shows up, but I'd say you could be fighting for your life. Like he's an emotional guy. He's coming in there to kill at times, right?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. He seems like he's pretty emotionally invested, as we all are, to be honest. But yeah, he really likes. He lets that sort of looks like conduct how he fights. So I've heard him speak on interviews, like say for example when his fight with Khan Offley, he was pretty emotional, which he wasn't happy about. So he's trying to fix that sort of problem and be more calm in the cage. But he's an emotional fighter and an emotional guy. So sometimes that can work in your favor, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, like you mentioned that in his last fight too, that he's kind of controlled it a bit, and that's what he's looking to do. He's kind of mature as a fighter, right?
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, we'll see how he comes out. We're preparing for obviously how he's fought before, but we'll be ready for if he comes and gives me a new look.
Yeah, cool, man. So tell me about your beginnings, bro. Like, how did you kick off in martial arts or mixed martial arts, and when was that?
Yeah, I started at a young age, obviously, because I'm still young now. So I started when I was 8, doing just into MMA training, but not like fighting or anything like that. I was just doing just for training, self defense, things like that. My parents wanted me to get into it, and yeah, I picked up on it pretty quickly. I just naturally was sort of good at it, so that helped me being consistent and keep coming back to training. Obviously, if you're just good at things, it was easier to keep training. Um, And yeah, so one thing led to another. Then eventually I had my first fight when I was 15, first amateur fight. Won that. And then, yeah, just started from there. I had a bit of a break from fighting. I was still training in between. I didn't have another MMA fight at least until I was 18. I had some kickboxing fights in between. But the next MMA one was, yeah, when I was 18. And then just I've been real active since then, every 2-3 months. I think at one point as an amateur, I had around 6 fights in like 10 months or 5 fights in 10 months, something along those lines in 2021 to 2022 around there. And yeah, so I've been pretty active in my pro career. This layoff between fights has been the longest I've had in a while. I had around 9 months in between fights from September last year till June this year when I last fought Justin. And yeah, that was shit. I didn't like that at all. So I'm lucky to stay active. Yeah, so got after the last camp, just got booked in this next fight straight away, getting ready for September now.
Nice, man. It's cool how guys your age can just jump straight into MMA. Like back in the day, there wasn't any real MMA. It was like putting things together. So it's cool. Which gym did you kick off with?
I started off at gym in PMA in Padstow. Originally, that's where Rob Whitaker and Dave Francis and Malcoon, those guys were all training out of there at that time. And then a few years later, a few people sort of started leaving that gym, and I thought it was my time to move after COVID. Thought I'd seen people from Lions Den fight, and thought it was time to make the switch. And yeah, never looked back since. I've been happy with my decision, and obviously it's been working out pretty great.
Yep. Where are you at now? Sorry, which gym?
Lions Den Academy.
No worries. I did read that, but I just want to check because sometimes people change before it's updated online and that. Yeah, Lions Den. Yeah, nice, man. Tell us about that gym. Like, what's that like in general?
Yeah, it's great, man. When I first started, there was a small, tight group of fighters, about five or so of us. They were all amateurs. You know, got me, had Mike Stanoff, Chris Ustage. Man, there wasn't much more than that. Jordan Gamble. Mate, there's 4 fighters there. But now we've grown into a big team. There's over at least 15 to 20 fighters. We've got 5 or 6 pros and heaps of killers coming up through the amateurs too that are pushing us every day and giving us a hard time too. So yeah, it's a good gym. Lots of dangerous guys and that are coming out of there. We're all keen to train and no days off. You can't have a bad day there because you'll get found out in the gym. So yeah, no easy days there. That's for sure.
Nice, man. Do you see it as, so this is your career, you're focused on this now, or have you got other side hustles and other ideas of what you're going to be doing with your life?
Yeah, no, that's it now. For now, it's all full steams ahead, just focusing on MMA. Originally, I was doing electrical. I was an electrical apprentice. I finished that and got my electrical license at the start of this year. But since I got it, I haven't touched the tool. So I've just been training. Doing whatever I can, fighting and just focusing on that, to be honest, because, I feel like a lot of people would kill to be in my position, just 20 years old and, already a champion or a Hex champion and having a good record and things like that. So I'm not going to take it for granted. I'm going to do whatever I can to make the most of it.
Is it stressful financially or anything, man, or you're okay? You got support to get by, because it must be a bit tricky for most pro fighters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's always a problem. But I've been looked after. Obviously, I worked for 4 years as well, and being looked after. I'm still living at home with my parents, but I've got lots of sponsors and people behind me that are just as excited as I am on this journey. So massive shout out to all them, because they make my life so much easier and allow me to train full time and support me financially. Like being able to help me train, like I said. So without them, I'll be working full time still.
Your parents, bro, they're okay with you fighting, or they worry about you?
No, they definitely worry, but look, they're confident in my abilities. They say how hard I train and how seriously I take it. I feel like they've said if I wasn't good or if I didn't take it seriously, then they wouldn't be happy with it. But because I'm dedicated and I take it very seriously, they're happy with it. They're confident that I'm going to do good things.
Do they come and watch you, bro?
Yeah, they're there for the last fight. They're there for most of them. If not in person, if it's interstate, they're watching online for sure. I think especially my mum, she deals with it a lot better than I think most parents would. I know even some of my family, that like my aunties and even my friends, mum and dad, like they can't even watch me fight. Whereas my mum's like, she loves it.
Yeah. She'll love it as long as you're being successful, right? So you keep kicking ass, you'll be all right. But yeah, how was she traveling in the Justin fight, man? Because that was up and down that fight. There were times when you were losing, times you were doing well, man.
Yeah, exactly. No, she was alright. Like, what's it called? Obviously, I hadn't really been through much adversity before leading up to that fight. So, yeah, while it was happening, I wasn't getting like copying too much damage or anything like that. So she wasn't freaking out. But yeah, I'm sure she was a bit worried. But yeah, it's alright. We got the job done in the end.
Did you feel at any stage, like, what was there anything challenging to you at any stage in the fight, like mentally? Because like you said, you haven't been pushed the same before.
No, not at all. To be honest, like even though I hadn't been there physically, like in a fight, losing, I was prepared for the fight to be ugly, for not everything to be going my way. So yeah, not like I said, even though I wasn't, hadn't actually been there before physically, I'd been prepared for it mentally.
Yeah, nice, man. Hey, can you give Bill a rundown of how you would train on a general sort of week, like around now? How does your training get sorted out across a week?
Yeah, I'm training a lot. Like training twice a day from Tuesday through Friday, and then Saturday I've got my sparring, and Sunday I've got a fucking hard circuits. Yeah, so like that spider sort of thing. And yeah, that's about it. But we're just in there day in day out. You know, training in the mornings and nights, training other people in and around that as well. So I'm always involved in the game, like throughout the whole day, every day of the week. And
how do you break it down, man? How do you break it down? Are there particular, like you're breaking it down to striking one day, wrestling the next, or anything like that? Like how do you break down that week?
Yeah, a bit of both. Like say for example, Tuesday we got like a sort of a striking technical session in the morning, and then in the night we got kickboxing, like MMA based kickboxing, and then wrestling after. So it's like 3 sessions there in that one day. Then Wednesday we got some strength and conditioning in the morning, and jiu-jitsu at night, and then Thursday same as Tuesday, sorry, and then Friday morning we've got live wrestling with some MMA drills in the night, and then yeah, like I said, Saturday sparring and Sunday spider.
Nice. What's your preference, man? Like everyone has a bit of a favourite in what they train. What do you kind of get into the most?
I like my striking the most. I mean, I think I'm on like a 6-fight submission streaks, but yeah, I like striking the most. Training, it's I don't know. I hope I get a knockout soon.
What do you like to land, bro? In sparring and that, you're playing. What sort of things you like to play with your partners?
Yeah, I'm pretty crafty. I'd like to say. I like my leg kicks. You seen in my last fight, I landed a couple of successful leg kicks. And spinning kicks too. So I like being a bit crafty like that with my kicks.
Nice. Yeah, I think I remember seeing you doing a spinning kick with Justin, right?
Yeah, I landed a spinning kick to the head. It was nice. But then I threw another one and it got me taken down. So you've got to be careful.
You and Jarret might be able to have a spin-off, bro.
yeah, he throws same lots of spinning stuff. So it'll be exciting.
Yeah, cool. Man, what else do you do? Like everyone's doing crazy stuff nowadays, from red light therapy to saunas to, ice baths and all that. What sort of extra things do you do?
Man, honestly, not too much. Like I do an ice bath and sauna here and there, but nothing like consistently where I can say it's once, twice a week.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just warm up and warm down properly, and I get a good night's sleep. I feel like you can't really beat that. Good night's sleep, nice and early, wake up early. That's just keeping it simple. I think eventually maybe I'll start introducing more of that things, but for now, that's been working for me. And yeah, like they say, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Anyways, what about diet and that, man? Do you have any dietitian, or you just follow a basic sort of thing yourself, or?
Yeah, I'm working with Christoph, performance dietitian. He works with a lot of guys from our gym and UFC fighters like Josh Culibao. So, yeah, my first fight camp was with the last one. Before that, I hadn't used any dietitian. So, yeah, the weight cut went smoothly. The last camp, I was fueled and ready to go through our whole training camp, even though I was losing weight. So, yeah, it's good to have someone like that in my team also. So just take something else that I don't have to think about. It's already done. I just get told what to eat, and it makes my life simple.
Nice, man. You mentioned Josh. Have you had a chance to spar with Josh at all?
Yeah, we've done some work with Josh. we've gone up to Eagle's gym. He's come down to us at Lions Den. Yeah, it's always good rounds getting with people that are already at that level. So just to see where I'm at, done some work with Jamie Mullarkey too, some rounds with him. Yeah, like I said, same with Josh. Yeah, any sparring anyone in the UFC already, it's good just to see where you're at. I think before I did that, I imagined that there was a massive gap between me and these UFC fighters, but sparring more people like that, and even down at Freestyle back in the day, realized the gap's actually not that big. It's like more of just an experience thing and mind games sort of than actual like a physical gap where I would have thought I was just going to get mocked by everyone originally, where it's not that big of a gap.
Yeah, man, that's an interesting thing to hear. What do you think about, like, say, Josh and Jamie? What do you think of what stood out to you with sparring those guys? Like any little things, the way they move or anything that kind of stood out?
Yeah, like especially with Josh as well, he's really crafty on the feet. They're just, like I said, it's like an experience. They've been in there a lot more times than I have. They're very they're selective of their shots and they set things up nicely. So yeah, I can definitely learn a thing or two from sparring them. That's why we try getting as much work with them whenever we can.
Yeah, UFC 305 shaping up to be a big one. You got Josh over there now, so that'll be a sick card. Can't wait for that one. You gonna go over or?
No, probably not. Well, because the September fight's only like 2 weeks away.
Yeah,
so
true.
But I am looking forward to that. Hopefully, see all those boys do well. Josh, all the Aussie guys as well.
Yeah. What about Izzy Duplessis? Who you got?
I think Adesanya takes it. But man, Dricus is a big middleweight, so we'll see how it goes. But if I had to pick someone, I'd pick Adesanya.
Any personal choice for those guys fighting?
No, not really too interested in that, to be honest. Like,
yeah,
I don't. Like, it's not one of them is like my favorite fighters or anything like that. But just if I win is Adesanya.
What about Urseg Kaikara France? Another one that's kind of controversial. Yeah. You got two local kind of local South Pacific sort of dudes. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Urseg takes that one, to be honest. He looked really good in that last fight with Pantoja, even though he lost. I think if he that last round, that takedown he shot, that's what lost him the fight. So yeah, he's definitely like world class. He's up there. He deserved that title shot. But I think he can outclass France.
Cool. Imagining you got dreams of heading to the big shows, right? Something like UFC, yeah?
Yeah, 100%. That's the goal.
Any timeline in your head?
I think this time next year I'll be there, at least on a contender series or something like that.
Nice, cool, man. All right, man, thanks for your time. Look forward to watching you fight Jarret and hoping you can bring your A game to that fight and show your best, bro.
That's all right. Yeah, definitely will do. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
No worries, man. Take care.